and Brito.
Sean gets it to Seal.
Oh! On for Keene State. At the oh man, they had to come up. Get out of here.
Here's Seal, right, gets it out to Brito. From 3. Sean throws it in, batted away, nearly picked off by Swarthmore. And that will do it.
Keene State is gonna win as DeZell slams it for the victory.
Backs it up, now goes to the drive. Crosses over, his right-hander is good. All-American possession there by Ty Nichols. Keene State's going to the Elite Eight. 68-64 with 3.4 to go. Brown rises at half court, misses the three. And the Keene State Owls come back from down 12 in the second half to outlast and outplay Christopher Newport. Keene State will dance for the 2015 Little East Conference champion.
And it's over. Keene State has won their third LEC Conference Championship program history in back-to-back.
Fast up, gives back to Seal. Hunter, the play in the alley-oop. Hazer is going to have to take the prayer. Does. Off the glass, no good. And the Owls will hold on and win the Little East Conference Championship.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spaulding Gymnasium. I'm your host, Logan Peranto, joined with JJ LeBlanc, bringing you today's LEC men's basketball matchup between the visiting Southern Maine Huskies and your Keene State Owls. First for Keene State, they were here on Wednesday when they played Castleton, a huge 102-49 victory against the fellow LEC opponents. This brings their record to 16-1. 8-0 overall in the conference. JJ, what are some things the Owls did successful to
Thank you, Logan. I'm going to start with the first stat that really jumps out when you look at the game as a whole, and that is the Owls' assist-to-turnover ratio, which was an outstanding 26-4 at the end of the game, with 4 players having over 4 assists. Nate Seau had 7, Jeff Hunter had 5, Mike Carruthers had 5, and Daheem Dupree had 4. The ball movement in this game was great against the zone that they got from Castleton, and ultimately led to a lot of open looks for the Owls, as they also had 4 guys in double figures. Something I personally would like to see them do tonight.
Yes, and I agree with you completely. Castleton came out, played his own. They moved the ball well, got some open looks. Something I would, obviously, like you said, we want to see them do today. So this is also a team that in Southern Maine that they've already seen this year. So let's just briefly talk about that and how the Owls dealt with the Huskies in the first game.
The Owls picked up a win away from home in just the 8th game of the season, and were led by an incredible career high from Octavio Brito as he poured on 37 points in the Owls' 83-70 victory.
What a treat that would be if he were to do the same thing today.
You got to go for 50.
And we're going to switch it to Southern Maine now, who's had a good season so far, sitting at 10-7, 4-4 in conference. They did drop a couple of their past 2 games. They have dropped. First of all, it was a 15-point loss at WestCon last Saturday, and then last Wednesday, they lost by 6 at home to UMass Boston. So let's talk about some of the Husky players that can make an impact on today's game and as they work to get revenge on the Owls here today.
So the Huskies are interesting. They're a bunch of scorers. They have 8 players who average around 7 points per game, and their highest is only an average at about 12.1, and that's junior guard Chance Dixon. So it's crazy to see that there's not one guy that you can attack. There's multiple guys that can score. There's multiple guys that can get in the paint and everything like that. So expect the Huskies to summon 8 to 10 guys in and out of this afternoon's game.
Yes, and it should be an interesting one today. Again, an LEC matchup. Keene State's second of the week, second in a row. Make sure to join us back here in a couple minutes for the national anthem as well as the starting lineups.
So when I ask students, why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus, and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel, and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience and your life will be changed as a result of it.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Contact Rob Colbert. First for the Huskies of the University of Southern Maine. A junior from Westbrook, Maine, number 0, Simon Chadbourne. A senior from Anchorage, Alaska, number 2, Jason Lombard. A junior from Lake Worth, Florida, number 5, Chance Dixon. A junior from Orlando, Florida, number 20, Clay Coon. And a senior from Carmel, Maine, number 22, Cody Hawes. Huskies are coached by Rob Santacola, assisted by William Armishaw, Mike Francoeur, and Mickey Coppersmith. Now the starting lineup Purells of Keene State College. A senior from Springfield, Massachusetts, number 1, Jarek Seashon. A sophomore from Lincoln, Rhode Island, number 3, Octavio Brito. A junior from Lowell, Massachusetts, number 4, Nate Sia. A junior from Lynn, Massachusetts, number 12, Mason Jean Baptiste. And a senior from Hudson, Massachusetts, number 13, Jeff Hunter. The Gals are coached by Mr. Ryan King, is assisted by David Hastings, Kevin Ritter, James Anosi,
Just to reiterate those starting lineups to you guys, we're going to have number 0, Simon Chadmore, the junior guard. Number 2, Jason Lombard, the senior guard. Number 5, Chance Dixon, another junior guard. Number 20, Clay Kuhn, a junior guard. And then number 22, another senior guard this time, Cody Hawes, and that's for Southern Maine. And then for your Keene State Owls, it's going to be number 1, Jarek Sishon. Number 3, Octavio Brito. Number 4, Nate Seau. Number 12, Mason Jean Baptiste. And number 13, Jeff Hunter. We're ready to start this one, and Southern Maine's going to win the tip. It's Chadbourne. Baseline drive, doubled. Pass is going to be off the leg of a Southern Maine. Nope, excuse me, it's going to be deflected out of bounds by Keene State, and Southern Maine's going to get an inbound under their own basket. Lombard finds Chadbourne in the corner. Back to Lombard. Lombard with Hunter on him, not scared. He's
nice block by Jeff Hunter.
Hawes kicks. 3 ball is up and it's short. Rebound Nate Seau. Mason Jean Baptiste is going to get fouled on his first 3-pointer of the game.
Huskies foul. Number 2, Jason Lombard.
It's going to go against Jason Lombard, the senior guard. Also leads this team in assists.
Mason Jean Baptiste.
First one from Jean Baptiste is in and out. Second one is up and it's good. That's our first point of today's game. It's going to be a Mason Jean Baptiste free throw.
Jean Baptiste has been very integral for this Owls squad with impeccable defense and honestly pretty good outside shooting, as much as that you can get from a guard who starts for you.
Going to see some pressure early on here from Keene State. Lombard with it now, finds Hawes. The corner now, he tries to find Dixon, now swings to Lombard. Kuhn up top to Lombard. Lombard working to his left on Hunter again, and he's blocked again. Jeff Hunter is going to force the jump ball, Keene State Owl ball.
Logan, it's too early on a Saturday to be having a block party.
Yeah, I mean, Lombard not scared of Hunter, but clearly neither is Hunter.
He should be.
Jean Baptiste with Kuhn on him, trying to find Hunter. Size advantage, Jeff Hunter. Works to his right, good pass to Brito. Could not finish. It's going to be Southern Maine ball. Expected Octavio Brito to finish that there. Good pass from Jeff Hunter. Lombard. Swing in the corner, it's Kuhn. Up top to Hawes. Kuhn working on Sishon. Kicks. Chance Dixon to his left with Jean Baptiste on him. Under 10 of the shot clock. Kick to Lombard. Swing, baseline drive. Hawes goes up and gets it to fall. Cody Hawes, first basket for the Huskies today. Brito, high screen and roll. Can't find the roll now to Seau, great pass, but good help defense from Chance Dixon. Denies Hunter of what would have been a free 2 points.
It usually is a free couple points if you're Jeff Hunter, but a little stifled by the defense by the perimeter players from the Huskies.
Brito goes up and will draw a foul. It's going to be Clay Kuhn. No, excuse me, it's going to be Cody Hawes. It's going to be his first, and Brito's going to go to the line for 2.
Huskies foul number 22, Cody Hawes, first. Team second.
Cody Hawes, a senior guard from Carmel, Maine.
He's got some size as well. Hawes and Kuhn down low, both listed as guards. Got some good size and some good length. Brito, second one is up. This one's good, 1 for 2 from the line from Octavio Brito. Is looking for an inbound. Sean steals it. See out to Baptiste. Baptiste to Brito in the corner, drives left. Finds Siao, ball's deflected. Active hands from Jason Lombard.
Really stingy defense so far by the Southern Maine Huskies. They've been doing a great job of isolating Jeff Hunter and Octavio Brito.
Jean-Baptiste fades in the corner and hits.
What a shot from number 12.
Haas will bring it up. Long pass to Lombard. Lombard back to Haas. Full head of steam, kicks to the corner. Catch and shoot is way off. Octavio Brito will rebound. Brito finds Hunter in the corner. Makes a move. Pass to Sean and one. Jarek Sean.
Nice move by number 1, able to get himself down there. He understands that if there's a rebound that comes down, they might not go up with it right away. So he knows that he's going to be open because everyone expects him to go back up. So it was an almost easy and one for Jarek Sean.
And I love that cut too. Hunter drives baseline, feels the double team, and the opposite wing is going to cut right into the paint. Sean finds himself with the ball in a scoring position and gets the M1 pretty easily. Finishes it off with the free throw, and now Keene State's up by 8-2.
Quick 6-point lead for the Owls to start off the game with.
So we'll bring it up slowly. Jeff Hunter on him. He's going to go to his right. Kick to Simon Chadbourne. Simon Chadbourne for 3. It's a good kick.
Quick and easy bucket from the Huskies.
Brito with the freshman on him. Now is doubled by Chadbourne. Good cut from Sean. Just couldn't collect the pass. Oz. Guard to his left. Kicks it. Asare now, the freshman. To Dixon. Dixon lost his dribble, and here come Keene State.
They have numbers.
Great pass to Sean and an even better finish. We're going to get a timeout on the floor after the transition buckets. Keene State leads 10-5.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
We are back. Keene State again up by 5. Doing a good job both offensive and defensively against this Southern Maine team so far. Coon. Haas. Seems to be a primary ball handler is Haas. Asare. Gets Brito in the air, kick to Chadbourne, three-pointer is up, and it's good. Like you said, JJ, great ball movement. And it started when Brito got caught in the air. Asare goes by him, and Keene State was a man down, or had a man behind the ball. Brito, long three-pointer is up, and it's good.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing but nets.
All the way from his hometown in Rhode Island. Octavio Brito. Pause.
We're going to get an off-ball foul. I believe that's going to go against Mason Jean-Baptiste, and we're going to have a media timeout. Keene State up 5.
It's always been more than just a game. It is a legacy. Support the USA Basketball Foundation as we look to expand that legacy. For her, for them, for us. All of us, together.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to take a look at the Division III men's basketball top 25. Of course, your Keene State Owls sit at number 4. The games were through January 15th. They have lost since then. Now sit at 16-1, so we're going to expect them to drop maybe a couple of spots in the next poll, which is out on Monday.
Oh, a nice block by Hunter. They call it a foul.
I believe he did get a little bit of his head through when on the follow through the block, if you will. He did clip the head of Haas a little bit as he went to the hoop. But also, a game to look at today is Middlebury against Williams. That is a NESCAC game. Obviously, Middlebury came here on Monday, got a big win. Now they play today the number 6 Williams College at Williams College. So it's going to be a tough one for them. But if they do get 2 top 10 wins this week, they probably will jump up a few more spots, JJ. They do have a couple of losses already this season.
It's not about whether you can win all the time, but whether you can beat the best competition at the top of your game, and at the top of their game too. And I'll give Middlebury credit. They came in here and they were more prepared than we were.
Hunter at the top of the key, handoff to ball fake to Mason G. Baptiste. He'll take it himself and draw a foul. It's going to go against Clay Kuhn. That is going to be his first foul. We'll see Spencer Aronson as well as Mike Carruthers for the first time this afternoon. See Sean and see Al take a seat, and Jeff Hunter makes his first free throw of the game. We're going to see the freshman Joe Longoria check in for Southern Maine. He'll replace Clay Kuhn.
Keene State shooting 80% from the field to start off this first half.
Dixon. The backdoor cut. It's Haas now, right in front of Coach Keene and the Owls bench. Haas working on Brito. Great take to his right, can't finish.
Nice board by Jeff Hunter.
This is where the Owls like to push. Aronson wanted it in the corner.
Oh,
now Brito
goodness.
turns and fades, and Octavio Brito lets Cody Haas hear it again.
Put him in the spin cycle.
The take of Iafare, and he's going to be fouled. Excuse me, sorry. Mason G. Baptiste will pick up the foul. That's going to be his first, and he'll also take a seat. Replaced by Tameen Dupree. It's going to be Dixon to inbound.
Going to be Keene State ball.
Carruthers bounce to Aronson. Aronson with tight defense on him. It's now Brito with Haas. Brito spins again and fires. This one's shorts and to the left. Dixon. Good stop and pop with the floater for 2. That's Chance Dixon's first basket of today's game. A good hustle play by Cologne there, but it's going to go out of bounds. We see a couple of guys from the same hometown on the floor now for the Southern Maine Huskies. It's number 4, Diego Colon, as well as number 30, Joe Longoria, who come in from New Braunfels, Texas. Aronson for 3, in and out. Haas to rebound. Colon. Nice in and out move. Dupree still there. Can't get it to go. And Hunter's going to be fouled by, I believe, Asare. Yes, that's going to be his first.
That's 5 fouls already for Southern Maine, while Keene State only has 3. Something to watch out for, ladies and gentlemen.
Bit of pressure here from Southern Maine. Brito right by Haas, up to Hunter for 2. Jeff Hunter slams it down.
Octavio Brito's best passes are when he's passing to Jeff Hunter.
I do agree with that. Longoria working on Hunter, kicks now. It's Asare, his 3-pointer short. We're going to get a flop call, I believe, on Asare, who hit the deck after he shot that, trying to draw a foul. And Brito's going to get at least 1 free throw.
Brito hits the first technical foul shot. Makes it a 19-10 lead.
That's definitely the guy you want to choose to take that free throw. It's also interesting, flop calls, not something we've seen so far this year. Now we do see it, and it gives Keene State a free point and possession. So
it must have looked very egregious over there, because from over here I was like, oh, okay, it's a flop, but for them to call a flop, have a flop call, it's kind of crazy.
Brito all the way up for the offensive board and in for 2. But yes, you're right. And Longoria works on Hunter, goes up, and good finish from Joe Longoria.
Oh, wow, Carruthers.
Brito gets the loose ball. The backdoor cut from Hunter, but he finds Aronson instead, and Spencer Aronson will hit the 3. Sorry, brings it down with Dupree on him. Kick. Kuhn fresh back into the game. Cologne back to Kuhn. Kuhn will shoot. In and out. Brito with the board. Dupree stops, kicks. Carruthers bounces. Hunter has a size advantage, but the double comes.
They call travel on Jeff Hunter.
I thought the Southern Maine tied him up, but a travel is going to be the call on the floor. Jeff Hunter will take a seat, and we'll see Mason Jean-Baptiste back into the game. Cologne to bring it up. Loses his dribble, but regains it. Longoria cannot catch Dupree on the fast break. He'll go up, can't finish, but it gets fouled. We're going to go to media timeouts. When we get back, to Mead Dupree will shoot 2. The Keene State Owls up by 12.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
And we are back, just under 12 here remaining in the first half, and Keene State's up by 12, 24-12. Octavio Brito already has 9 points. We mentioned, JJ, in the pregame that he had a career-high 37 in Gorham last time these two teams met, which was earlier this season. What do you see so far early from Octavio?
What I see from Octavio so far is it's not that they're giving him these open looks, but there's just something about the way that he plays Southern Maine where he just has but it seems like more confidence. I'm not saying that Octavio Brito doesn't have any confidence playing against other teams, because when you're one of the biggest leaders on the team, you have to have a little bit of self-confidence in that way. But we saw from that long three that he shot, and other times where he just goes down there, he goes and he gets boards very quickly, more quickly than usual. You just have a feeling that he likes the things that Southern Maine gives him, and he's going to take advantage, and he's going to go out and try to have another career day.
We're going to get two to Mean Dupree free throws. First one is up, and it's good. Nothing but net from Dupree.
Dupree has been great for this team ever since he transferred. He's exactly what this Owls team needs. Owls love themselves some young, scrappy guards like Seau, Mike Carruthers, Mason Jean-Baptiste, and they found another one in Tahim Dupree.
And this is where we'll see him at his best on ball defense, as Cologne's going to have to get rid of it real quick. Swing to Chadbourne. Chadbourne on Carruthers. Kick now to Longoria with Brito on him. Swing to the corner. This is Keene, late in the shot clock. He's going to put one up. Not a bad look, but cannot get it to fall. Dupree, coast to coast, can't finish. Cologne. Pushes Chadbourne through. Sets up the post up from Longoria. Longoria on the baseline, jabs. Now to Cologne. Cologne. Thought about it, now fires, and Diego Cologne hits his first shot of the game.
Now, I know they just hit a three, but the Owls have been playing very well perimeter defense. They've just been everywhere. They're changing right. They're going around screens. It's really good to see that they, especially in the corners, they're just feasting on them.
Dupree. Kick. Aronson three. Off the mark. And right now we see all perimeter players for both teams. So kind of a change in look for the Keene State Owls, but something they can do. Dupree. Bit undersized, working, and Keene. A nice shot from Clay Keene on a fadeaway.
Initiate the contact. Put yourself down there. Go down, get a bucket.
Brito. By Longoria. Longoria's just going to have to foul him.
The cameraman has a face of steel. Just got smacked in the face with the ball. Shout out to him. Hope he's all right. And Ryan Donahue comes into the game for Keene State. Someone who you don't see play very often, but I guess Coach Kane sees that there's a lot more ample opportunity to shoot, because Donahue is known mainly as a shooter for this Owl squad, so let's see what he can do for this team.
Brito hits the first of the 1-and-1, and I think too, JJ, that this Southern Maine team is really full of guards and full of backcourt players, not really any big like post players like Jeff Hunter we have on the Keene State Owls. So just more guards he's trying to get in and out of this game. As you know, Keene State likes to play an in-your-face type of defense. So the more guards you have and the more substitutions you make, you keep the fresh legs and you keep playing hard defenses. Unfortunately, Donahue is going to struggle a little bit on defense to start. Just came into this game, but
saying that they play in-your-face defense is kind of an understatement.
Yes,
they are all up on you, especially like I know we say this all the time, but guys like Seau and Carruthers, they really set the tone defensively. They like to make sure that the guards are a little bit more flustered than they would be, because they know that they have a guy like Jeff Hunter down there who can just clean everything up.
Cologne hits the first of two. And the second of two is good.
Southern Maine sticking around. I know we have about 10 minutes left in the first half, but sometimes at this point, other LEC opponents have just kind of floundered. But my goodness, Nate Seau just waltzed right in there. Nobody, I don't even think anyone touched him.
They're not going to stick around if they play defense like that continually. But you're right, JJ. This is a tough team. As we mentioned before, they do have a winning record this season, 10-7. Exactly 500 in conference. This is not a team you can sit back and relax against. His Haas shot is no good, but an offensive rebound by Anisette. Haas to inbound. Finds Chadbourne on the perimeter. Chadbourne now to Anisette, and we're going to get an off-ball foul, I believe, against Nate Seow.
Say foul number 4, Nate Seow is first. Team's fifth.
So they made it trigger it in, and they let it go, and Ryan Donahue grabs it. Jean Baptiste looking for Hunter.
Sean. Seow, Jean Baptiste thought about it. Now swings to Sean, whose three is blocked. Jeff Hunter, offensive rebound. Swing to Donahue for three, and it's in and out. Looks pretty good from our angle. Cologne comes away with the loose ball up to Haas. Haas, nice move to his right. Can't get it to fall. He's frustrated about that.
$1 million move, 5-cent finish.
Sean to his right. Finds himself open. Offensive rebound. Sean no good on the second try. And Anisette will come down with it. Fouled by Sean.
Team state foul number 1, Jarek Sean, that's his first. That's a team 6.
Haas to bring it up.
Haas a little oversized, and they seem to be playing him as almost a point forward.
Kuhn can't get it to fall. Decent move. Jean Baptiste now leading the way for Keene State. Swing to Brito. Brito wants it, and it's good. Octavio Brito now in double digits for Keene State.
He's him, man. That's all I can say.
Great scorer. Kuhn. Anisette wants it. He takes it. It's no good. Sean. We're going to get a double foul here. It's going to go against Jeff Hunter and against Janot Anisette. A lot of contact I saw right in front of us as the transition was happening for Keene State from defense to offense. We're going to get immediate timeouts. Keene State's up by 14, and when we come back, we will have a special guest.
I remember writing in the 2nd grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my Jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my Jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
We are back. Keene State leads by 14 with just under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. And we are joined by Alphonse Michalski, part of the NCAA Elite A team in 2003-2004. Alphonse, how are we doing today?
Doing well. Anytime I can get back to Keene and watch the boys play, it's a great day.
Yes, and you were part of, like we said, an Elite 8 team run. First of all, talk about the culture around that team and what it was like back then.
Back then, well, we had a very tight-knit group, great chemistry. We all came up together. When we came in as freshmen and sophomores, and we made it to the finals every year. Came up short, and then finally our senior year we pushed through and got to the NCAA tournament. So, good hands.
Yeah, absolutely. When you go back and you think about that team and you compare it to a team like you have here, what similarities between that team and this team do you see, especially on the court?
You know what I was, the biggest thing I was talking to some of my old teammates, and I was saying how balanced we are, right? With my team, we had 4 guys in double digits that average double digits. Same thing here, right? Yeah, you have your 2 studs that lead the way, but any given night, you got Spencer, Aronson that can go off. Nate Seal had a great game against Middlebury. They got so many guys that can get you on every night that can get 30. That's the biggest similarity between our teams.
And we've talked about it too. There's a narrative around this team that there's probably 8 to 10 guys that are going to, A, give it your all, and B, make plays for this Keene State team. And like you said, when they're tight-knit like that and they know what each other does, it just leads to good things on the court.
Yeah, we were very similar. We went 8 deep as well. You know, they play heavy minutes, top 8. That's how we were too, you know. But at any given moment, you know, one of these guys, Max Bonnie Lyles, you know, Ryan Donahue could come in and give you some good minutes, you know what I mean? So everybody has their role to play, and it looks like so far this year everyone's doing it, you know, successfully.
Do you have any favorite memories, especially, you said you made the finals every year. You finally broke through in your senior year. Disregarding that, because that's obviously a core memory for you, do you have any other memories that you think about sometimes with that old team?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the thing you miss, right, is the camaraderie, the practices, you know, working towards a goal. I mean, the biggest thing is probably when we hosted Babson here in the NCAA tournament. We had a bye, and then we hosted the second round. And we were coming in for shootout, and the line for tickets was down Appian Way out the front gates. I mean, we were walking in, and it was just a, you know, the community backed us up like they're doing with this team. You know, it's a great showing today. But that's probably the biggest memory, you know, is that you know, seeing that community come out and really back us up.
We're going to get a break in the action right now, as there might have been some blood on the floor after that most recent play. But yeah, Alphonse, you said the last time you were on campus was earlier this year to catch it. You caught a game for this men's team. Which game was that?
I'm trying to think. It was a blowout, so I left at halftime, to be honest with you.
You sound like some of the students here.
No, you know, I was like, I got to see something better than this, you know what I mean? I think it was Rhode Island College. That's who it was. And we had put it on them, I believe, earlier in the year here. So, yeah, you know, I mean, listen, that Middlebury game I was watching online, that was a tough one, but that's not a bad loss. That kind of resets the group for that stretch run, brings them back down a little bit, you know. We weren't playing our best ball heading into that game, you know, and we were getting some wins, getting lucky down the stretch against, you know, West Con, winning an OT, going to UMass Boston. But, you know, I think that Middlebury loss is going to end up being beneficial for this squad.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that. Looking back at some of the other games that we played this year, do you think that this kind of goes back to my other question that I asked you about, do you see any similarities? Wow. Was there something that you had to figure out the more you went through school? Did you learn how to win as a team, or did you learn how to win basketball?
Absolutely. No, you know, listen, the biggest thing was just maturity. You know, we got there early, you know, when we were all sophomores, and then junior year, I thought we were priced to break through and win it. But that senior team, everything. All right, Coach Keene, I love the passion, baby. Give it to him. But yeah, you know, it was the right time. It was the right group of kids to break through and get us to the tournament, you know. And this team right here is poised to make a run deep in the tournament. It looks like, you know, they got everything you want. And yeah, I love the way he plays, you know. I love the way CL gets after it defensively. He's a stud.
I have a question real quick. If you could compare the way that you played basketball, the way that you played when you were here at Keene State, which player on this squad would you say you were closest to?
So I played point guard. You know, I was a 6'3" point guard, which, you know, big. I was very physical. You know, I would go down in the low blocks. I'm not sure if there's a player that I guess the new guy from Nichols, he's a big guard, locks up defensively, can get to the bucket, you know what I mean? And I'd say his game probably similar to mine out of all from what I see, you know? Attaboy. Oh, wow. But yeah, you know, I mean, Carruthers is not bad too. You know, I like the way he plays from a guard standpoint. But that'd be it. I'd say probably number 0, Tameen, right? That's his name, Tameen Dupree.
And you were talking about earlier how tight-knit teams like yours make good runs. They're always good teams, and we saw Brito go out of the game. He I believe he was bleeding.
Yep.
Right after the entire bench is standing, the entire gym's on their feet. They're making noise, and it seems like the energy is picked up without one of the best players on the floor.
You're only as good as your weakest link, right? And the fact that the guys that maybe don't get as many minutes are standing and cheering let you know how involved they are in this program, let you know that they care about winning and not about statistics, and that's what you want to see. You know what I mean? That's exactly how my team was. Nobody cared about stats. Everything was about getting the W, and that's a beautiful thing to see.
Did you have, so obviously you can look at the 2 captains that we have today,
Yep.
Brito and Hunter. Did you have guys like that on your team that you know that you could rely on? Were you one of those guys that you know that your team could be there to rely on?
Yeah,
and
so
go out there and get buckets?
Yeah, so Chris Timpson led us in scoring. I was second in scoring. And then we had Matt Wheeler and Sean Sullivan were the top 4 that were, you know, we all averaged double digits. But, you know, we didn't rely heavily on any one of us. We just played together, ran our offense, and whoever was hot that night was hot that night. Obviously, with this team, Hunter and Brito are your workhorses, right? They're who is going to get you to where you want to go, and you guys lean on them. Have we seen from previous games when they've gotten in foul trouble, it starts looking a little shaky, you know, but we're working our way through that. But, you know, yeah, I mean, that'd be the biggest similarities. We were just a little bit more, like, spread out. We didn't rely so much on the top 2 guys, even though, you know, for the majority of the time, me and Timpson were our leading scorers.
And you mentioned earlier you love the coach, you love the passion from Coach Ryan Keene.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Obviously, you're not as close with Coach Ryan Keene.
No, I've known Ryan Keene for years. He, you know, when he got the job, I was a big proponent of pushing him and backing him. But yeah, no, we talk regularly, you know, through text and on the phone. But yeah, no, he keeps in touch with the alumni. He keeps in touch with me often. But yeah, so he, you know, I love what he's done, continuing on the winning tradition of our program. That, you know, that Rob Colbert had, you know, he kind of set the bar, and Ryan's taking it to the next step, and, you know, it's a beautiful thing to see.
So you say that you've kept in contact with Coach Keene for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
So going into the season, people understood that this team was going to be good, but I don't think anybody knew that this team was going to be this good. Did you see something special in this team before the season started, or is this a little bit unexpected for you?
Not unexpected for me. I knew that they'd be at the top of the LEC. Obviously, on a national scale, that's the thing that's, all right, you know, we've played some teams that have been ranked, and we've performed beautifully. You know what I mean? So, but it's not unexpected because we've built Keene State up into one of the top-tier teams in the Northeast, and on any given year, if it's the right year, we can make a run. You look at our banners, Elite 8, Sweet 16. So we set a standard of what we expect, and these guys are just living up to the standard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and these standards you're talking about, you mentioned before that they were something that Rob Colbert put into this program.
Yep.
Knowing both coaches, can you just compare and contrast the 2 of them from a Ron Colbert versus a Ryan Keene standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, the similarities, they both love their players, would do anything for their players. You know, Coach Colbert could be a little more fired up on the sidelines than Coach Keene, if you could believe that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. But no, you know, I mean, listen, they both have made a mark on this program. Coach Colbert's the winningest coach in history. Kane's on his way to passing him, and you know, you can't help but root for Coach Keene. You know, he's a likable guy, and he knows the game of basketball.
Well, Alphonse, thank you for joining us. It was very nice talking to you.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you guys. Hey, my pleasure. I'll see you down the road. Go Owls.
Go Owls.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And we are back. Your Keene State Owls are up by 19 points. And JJ, we were just talking about it. It's always cool to talk to those alumni and talk to a guy that comes from a different type of program with a different coach. And now sees today what's happening today and can compare and contrast from a standpoint where he knows both coaches and knows both programs very well.
It's just great when you look back on it. So we talked to Alphonse. He was winning back in the 2000s. We're going to have another person on with us at halftime. They were winning during the 2010s. Now it's the 2020s. We're still winning. I just love how this team has been able to keep an excellent record in the LEC, has made tournament runs, and it's not just the fact that we're winning those games since we're getting so deep into the playoffs. It's just nice to see that we're still able to get such good players to come to Keene State College.
Dixon to bring it up. Working on Spencer Aronson. Drives to his right. And Aronson will be called for the foul. Extended his arm a little bit on Chance Dixon's hip.
Keene State is out rebounding Southern Mate 20-10. They're doubling them, and they're up 21.
Brito with the big rebound. Outlet to Sean. Sean working on Chad Bourne. Finds himself on the baseline. Swing to Seau. Seau to his left. It's Brito. Up to Hunter. Couldn't finish.
That happens.
Unfortunately, it does. Dixon, great pass, and it's blocked by Jeff Hunter. Joe Longoria.
That makes up for it.
Yeah. Pinned it against the backboard. Aronson to his left, kicks for Hunter. Seau immediately to his right. Couldn't get it to fall. Sean's there. Sean through contact and one. Jarek Sean.
I believe that was Jeff Hunter's third block of the game. He has 7 points to go along with his 10 rebounds. He's already on his way to another double-double.
Sean trying to finish off the end one and get his point total to double digits, and he does. Now this is interesting. We're going to see probably the tallest player on Southern Maine's roster right now. It's Michael Feinberg. The 6'8" freshman has only appeared in a couple of games for Southern Maine so far this year, but he's a guy you should give some minutes to with the height of Jeff Hunter as he's up and he finishes this one. This one's from Nate Seau, and when you get the man advantage like that, you're always going to find Jeff Hunter on the backside. He's ready for the alley-oop at all times.
Sean's second foul at half court. That'll send
first one from Asare is no good.
Mean Dupree will come in, replacing Sean.
Second one from Asare is good. Seau all the way to the rim. A great finish from Nate Seau. Asare got a lot of minutes in this game. Working on Seau. Nice move over Jeff Hunter, and it's a good finish from the freshman, Mark Asare. Dupree. Under 2 now in the first half. Keene State up by 25. Aronson. Dupree to his left with Simon Chatbourne on him. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Huskies foul number 0. Simon Chatbourne is first. Team's over the limit.
First run from Dupree is up, and it's good.
Carruthers replaces Jeff Hunter. Guess they're moving Carruthers to center.
Dupree's second is up, and it's good.
Checking after the Owls, number 2, Mike Carruthers.
Ooh. Seattle thought he had a steal there, but it's going to be called for a foul. That's going to be his second.
Keene State foul number 4, Nate Seattle, second. Team's over the limit.
Sorry, at the line. His first is good. And Seattle will take a seat.
Jeff Hunter, the line for the Huskies, Marcus Sire.
Second one is up, and it's good. Hunter working to his right. Now Carruthers to Brito. Hunter, baseline. Nice pass to Dupree for 2, and Jeff Hunter shows the great passer that he is. Dupree, I'm sorry, good cut from Longoria. Longoria floats for 2.
Nice little teardrop.
Brito the other way. To Hunter, back to Brito. To his left. Nice hesitation, swing pass to Dupree. Dupree drives, back tip. Brito finds himself with it, bounce to Hunter. Hunter goes up, can't finish. Dupree tips it in.
I love to see that.
Dupree's got 8. And I believe the last 6 points for Keene State. And a set to check back in, as well as Ryan Donahue with just over 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Sorry. Kicks to Longoria. Longoria to his right on Brito. Pump fakes, goes up, can't finish. Loose ball collected by Longoria. Now he'll float. Joe Longoria for 2. And Brito is likely to take this last shot, but we'll see what happens. To his left. Runs into a couple, and it's going to be a jump ball. Southern Maine will have possession.
Possession, Southern Maine.
Octavio Brito playing with a cotton ball in his nose.
Oz, with a couple seconds remaining, turns, spins, and cannot get it to go at the buzzer. The score at the half is Keene State 56, Southern Maine Huskies 31. Make sure to join us back here in a couple minutes. We're going to have a special guest interview during halftime.
So when I ask students why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus, and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel, and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience and your life will be changed as a result of it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. JJ and I are joined by Keene State alum and part of the 2015-16 Sweet 16 team. It's Nate Stitchell. How you doing, Nate?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Doing pretty good. We're watching Keene State against Southern Maine right now, up by 25 at halftime. What are some things you've seen? I know you've been to a couple games this year. What are some things you've seen from this year's team?
Just guys moving the ball, guys playing together, team rebounding, trying their best to get out and run, not dwell on mistakes that are happening. I think that's a big thing with this team is they're able to move on from, turnovers or maybe misreads on defense. So I think that's helped them a lot.
What memories do you immediately think of whenever you step back in this gym from your playing days?
Oh, man. I remember my recruiting trip here during the summertime with Coach Colbert. I remember the first time meeting Coach Keene as he got introduced as the interim coach. We all were sitting up there, and I remember him saying that we'd be standing in the middle of the floor, heading to a Final Four. And it was a little unbelievable at the time just where the program was. But then through my senior season, really realizing that, that was something that was his goal, and he made that our goal as well. So just tons of memories, tons of times being in here by myself during the summers, just grinding in here, man. Like, I know this gym like the back of my hand, and I love being in here. It's like therapy.
It's really cool. And you were a transfer from, I believe it was Mercy College, right, New York, Division II team. You come here to a Division III school. What were some of the different culture? What were some of your expectations coming in, knowing what it was like playing D2?
So, I mean, I really didn't have much expectations. I guess I could say I knew that they weren't that good the year prior to me coming in. And then when I did come in, I expected us to kind of be like this grinding team that wanted to be better, and I found a lot of guys that were a little complacent where they were. Obviously, this is like a party school, so a lot of guys were hanging out more than they were in the gym. So, trying to help change that culture was something that I expected to do coming in, and I think myself and other guys helped do that.
Did you come in here expecting to be a leader or expecting to be on a team that would end up going as far as you guys did, or is that something that just came natural to you? Is that something that you grew up having? You were just a natural leader and you were able to lead a team like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I didn't come in here thinking that I was going to lead the team per se. Yes, I was a starting point guard at a Division II school prior to, but some things happened, and I didn't get that start and roll right away. So my mindset changed, where instead of focusing on the team, I started to focus on myself and what I could add to the team, and how I can mesh with those guys. And as my time went on here, I realized the community, the support we had, the fan base, the staff, the coaches, the players, like everything kind of just made it more and more real that we had a legitimate chance to do something special like we did, and pass that on to the next teams.
Yeah, and you just spoke about trying to better yourself and work better. You're coming into your senior year, you started off firing. You clearly worked on yourself, worked on your game. 32 against Green Mountain, 27 against Endicott to start your senior year. After those 2 games, what were you feeling? Were you feeling like this is the work I put in, this is what I'm going to do from here on out? Or what was the mindset with that?
So, playing Division II, I obviously had some college basketball experience. I knew that the scout wasn't out on me, so take advantage of the opportunity that I had, right? Like, everybody knows that somebody has, 30 points one game, the next game you play him, you're going to be watching that guy. So I was really trying to take advantage of the opportunity that I had. New coach, new structure, new players. Obviously, me being not a new player to the team, but somebody who is now going to have a different role, a new role. So now guys are realizing that, okay, who is this kid? We're still figuring it out. So I worked on myself, I worked on my game, and it really was just kind of all translated to the beginning of the season. And yeah.
This is a question that we asked Alphonse, but I'm curious to get your opinion on it too. So I assume you've been watching this team throughout the season.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit. If you could compare yourself to a player on this team, who would you say reminds you of the way that you played the most?
That's a great question. So it's like a mixture. So I'd say the energy and the tenacity like Nate, but then the heart like Jeff and the leadership like Jeff. That's something I pride myself on, is just having heart, effort, right, intensity every game. The points are great, it's also you pull them up, the points are great. And
they'll both got them.
Yeah, and they'll always be great. But, one thing I remember here is just being able to work so hard for the same goal with the guys that I loved, and being able to get other guys motivated enough to want to do that. And that was really, where I see myself. Like I said, Nate, he's up and down the floor. Jeff is just, massive heart and effort when he plays. And so, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good combination of players to have.
Yeah, right. Not a bad two.
And you talk about the tenacity of Nate. There's a lot of guards on this team, and a lot of them play the exact same way. They're ferocious, they're up in your face defensively, they're not going to back down. And you were part of Coach Keene's first couple of teams here. Was that something coming in that he specifically recruited you for to come here, or do you think you just brought that because it was part of his system and you wanted to play?
Yeah, so Coach Keene didn't recruit. Coach Keene really didn't recruit me. Okay. It was more Coach Colbert. And then, during the summer, Coach Keene came for his interview and came here. And then I think he just realized, again, through the work ethic while we were here during summer camp, I was in the gym every day. I think that is something. Coach is a very hardworking man. He has a massive passion for the game, and I think that's something where we kind of instantly, formed a bond on, is that our effort is going to be maximum every single day. And then just kind of the rest just was history. Is like, I didn't care what it was. I didn't care about the 32 points. I could have 0. There's a lot of games in there, right, that I have 2 points that were very significant games that those are some of my best games in my opinion, because I focused strictly on what we needed to do to win the game. And, like I said, a mixture of like how Coach Keene is, and then how I was, it was like a perfect fit.
So this is just a question I want to be able to get in your head of who you were as a player. Would you rather have 20 points or 15 assists?
Oh man, so that's a good question. So yeah, I would say 15 assists. I'm a major team guy. I've never been someone just like strictly about myself, especially when it comes to basketball. It takes a team effort, whether it's someone setting me a screen for me to get open, right? And growing up, I was more of a point guard. I kind of had to take on that role because we had a lot of injuries early on in my senior year. We started off hot, and then we went to UMass Boston in the same game. Dizelle Wright went down with the ACL injury. He was our 2-guard or 3-guard at the time, one of the starting guards. And then Lucas broke his hand. So, I had to really adjust my game. It was a combination of people not, the conference not knowing me, but it was also me, adjusting my game to, okay, we need a little bit more scoring, so I'm going to bring that. And once I brought that, I drew the attention, then I could do other things.
Okay, perfect. And we got to know you a little bit. You got to talk about both teams. It was great to, talk and meet you. So this has been Nate Stitchell with JJ and I. And Nate, have a good day.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
And welcome back. We are just about ready to start second half action. Keene State is up by 25 here on Alumni Day against Southern Maine. JJ, what are some things you've seen in the first half from both sides?
What I've seen from both sides is that the score doesn't necessarily tell the whole story. This Southern Maine team has been very good on offense. They've been able to get in. Jeff Hunter, even though he does have 3 blocks, there was a lot of points in that game where I thought, man, Jeff is going to block that all the way to the back row. But they have a nice sensibility to put the ball over him, and it's just like almost like a teardrop, and it's almost like something that he can't stop. So it's just been cool to see these guys. They've been able to do things that other teams that may even be better than them that they can't do. But you know, with Keene State, they're nationally ranked. When they're playing LEC opponents, you look at what they're doing, and they're just getting everything they want down low. They're getting good into the middle. They're hitting their threes, and they're just doing a great job overall. But really good on Southern Maine's part. They've surprised me. Even though they had a winning record, I honestly didn't think that they would put up such a fight as they were, but they proved me wrong. Good on them.
Yes, perhaps a little bit unlucky from the Huskies' point of view. Defensively, this Keene State Owls team is shooting 60% from the field, so a little inflated right now. If that doesn't continue, though, for the Owls in the second half, the Huskies stick with their game plan and obviously can hit some shots, then we might see this game get a little tighter as it goes down the stretch. But at the same time, we've seen Keene State against UMass Dartmouth. They were up by 1 at halftime and ended up winning by a whole bunch. I don't know off the top of my head what the exact score was, but again, Keene State, they can turn it on in a heartbeat. So we'll see what type of team. If they continue to shoot 60%, I think they'll stay ahead of this game by a reasonable score. So we'll see what happens as we're just about ready for second half action.
They've also completely lapped them with rebounds. Southern Maine as a team has 12 rebounds altogether. Keene State has 26. So they lapped them and then some. So good on Keene State for crashing the boards. That's really been a big part of this game. They've also lapped them in defensive rebounds. They have 20. Southern Maine has 9. And they've lapped them again with offensive rebounds, and we have 6, and they have 3. So good on them all around for getting those boards.
Here we are. Keene State will have the first possession of the second half. It's Brito to Hunter, back to Brito, working against Hawes. Brito, kick. Jean-Baptiste with 10 on the shot clock, gets it back from Hunter to his right, puts one up and off the glass for 2. And that's how the second half starts.
That's a tough shot to be able to put yourself in like that, especially with big guys down low. So good on Jean-Baptiste for getting himself down there and getting the easy 2.
Code. Kick to Lombard. Lombard puts one up, cannot hit. We saw him hit one in the first half. Sean works to his left, now swings to Hunter. Hunter to Brito. With Kuhn on him, sidestep, shot is up, cannot get it to fall. Dixon to Hawes. Bounce to Lombard on the baseline with Brito on him. Kick deflected by Jean-Baptiste. Hawes though. Dixon fires short. Jean-Baptiste rebound up to Seow. Seow to Sean. Sean can't finish. Hunter's there. Ball's deflected out by Dixon. Jean-Baptiste inbound. It's Hunter to Sean. Brito, one-handed pass. Jean-Baptiste, it's good. Mason Jean-Baptiste from Octavio Brito.
Might I say, Logan, that might be too easy for Mason Jean-Baptiste. Coming off that screen like that, good job. That's an easy bucket for number 12.
Dixon working on Jean-Baptiste, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, floats one up, and it's good.
Keene State also has 4 blocks while Southern Maine has 0. So an interesting tidbit about this game for those of you out there.
Hunter with the right hand drives. And now Keene State is up by 30. Chadbourne. Hawes working on his left. Now to his right, hooks one, and it's good. Cody Hawes. Hunter. Good cut by Sean and a great finish with Hawes on his back.
What a pass from Captain Jeff Hunter.
Lombard. Skip past to Kuhn. Kuhn to Hawes with Brito on him. Hawes using his body, now kicks to Lombard, who thought about it. Now drives, gets Hunter in the air, and a good finish from Jason Lombard.
That's a good finish. That's a good drop step. He's able to put himself down there, stop on a dime, put up the shot, put it in. It's a good job.
Jean-Baptiste now. Brito. Cross court to Seow. Seow. Out to Jean-Baptiste. Good. Shot is short. I was going to say he had a good amount of space, but got caught up in watching the shot to see if it would fall.
Sometimes you have a little bit too much space. You don't expect to be that open, especially if you're a guy like Jean-Baptiste who has been hitting. You're kind of surprised that they leave you wide open. You stepped out of bounds. Jeff Hunter with another double-double. He has 13 points, 12 rebounds, leading his team to a win.
Seow did a good job to get there, but couldn't finish. Chadbourne with Brito on him, working to his left. Good D from Brito. Dixon. Jean-Baptiste in front of him. Seow now. It's going to force the jump ball, but it's going to remain a Husky ball.
Jump ball, possession, Southern Maine.
Cody Hawes to inbound. Finds Lombard. Back to Hawes with Brito on him. Chadbourne wants the three, takes the three, no good. Hunter to rebound. Jean-Baptiste. Dribble handoff for Brito. Brito with Keene on him. I think he likes this matchup.
I think he does too.
He gets doubled. Kicks to Sishon. Sishon against Lombard. Good move, but he's going to be called for an offensive foul. I believe he might have hooked him with the offhand.
I can see that the other coach is saying, we're going to double Brito, try to make everyone else beat us, and they've been doing it.
We're going to go to immediate timeouts. Keene State up 65-37.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
And we are back. Keene State's up 65-37 with just under 16 remaining in the second half. And I mentioned earlier that there's a big NESCAC game today between Middlebury, who gave Keene State their first loss on Monday, and Williams, who's number 6 in the country. Middlebury is currently up against Williams by 10 points with 3.5 remaining. Again, 2 top 10 wins in 1 week would be huge if you're Middlebury. They probably are going to crack the top 10, even if maybe they do not win this game today.
Absolutely. And when we talk about the game that we're watching right now, I just want to point something out. Keene State is shooting 56% from the field, 50% from 3, and about 83% from the free throw line. So their splits for this game as a team have just been outstanding.
Yes, you're right. It seems like against these LEC opponents, they're just on a different level from the field most of these times, and it's because of the type of basketball they play. They know when they can get the open looks, and they scout these teams out. Of course, they play them twice a year, so they know each other. They know what to expect game in and game out when they play these LEC opponents. As Sishon's going to get back-tipped, and the Huskies are going to come away with a steal. Lombard in the corner.
One thing I've noticed about this team is that they're not afraid to go off at Jeff Hunter. There's been a lot of teams where I think to myself, like, my goodness, like right there, even though he didn't make it, there's a lot of stuff going on when you look at a team and they see a guy like Jeff Hunter down there who can swat everything as Brito hits a 3, and you just think to yourself, why would you ever go down there? But if you can create space or you can draw a foul and try to get the big man out, it hasn't really been working, but I like what they're doing so far.
Haas, he wants one after Brito hit one, but cannot get it to go. Sishon thought about it. Brito. Handoff. Brito now will take it. He is off. Could not get 2 in a row to fall. Joe Longoria. Right at Hunter again. This time it's blocked. Dixon with the rebound. Can't finish. Brito comes down with it. 3-on-2. Jean-Baptiste for 3. It's going to be short, and Cody Haas with the rebound. Dixon on his left. Good move. And gets the M1.
Dang.
Fouled by Jarek Sishon.
Tough bucket from Chance Dixon.
Score the basket. Keene foul number 1, Jarek Sishon is 4.
We're going to see 4 new substitutes for Keene State. It's going to be Tameen Dupree, Spencer Aronson, Mike Carruthers, and for the first time today, Liam Johnston.
One shot for Chance Dixon.
Dixon converts the N1.
Liam Johnston, who is a freshman right now, doesn't get a lot of playing time, but throughout the years, they're hopefully going to fall back on what they said was the hometown kid. and hopefully throughout the years his minutes will improve and his skills will improve so he can be a genuine part of the future of the Keene State Owls.
As Jermaine Dupree will attack the closeout and finish through a bit of contact to put Keene State up by 30. Spin, Asare, short, Liam Johnston. Dupree, bounce, Carruthers. Jeff Hunter at the top of the key, now to Johnson, back to Hunter. Back to Johnston, pump fakes, good pull up, bang. Liam Johnston.
Tough bucket from number 33, able to get him up with his pump fake, come back down, go around, shoot it up, hits it right there. Good job from Johnston.
Dixon, kick, Asare with Dupree. Now to Joe Longoria, his three-pointer off the side of the rim. Carruthers bounce to Hunter. Good cut by Dupree. Dupree up, can't go to get it to go with the left. Dixon all the way, floats it up and in. And a great finish from Chance Dixon. Aronson, yep, he'll pull that. And he hits it. Mike Carruthers with the assist.
Spencer Aronson doing a great job at being the three-point sniper that the Keene State Owls need.
He's using his size to his advantage against Aronson. And Asare steals the inbounds. Longoria. Ball's deflected out of bounds. We're going to go to the under 12 media timeouts. Keene State Owls up by 31 points.
It's always been more than just a game. It is a legacy. Support the USA Basketball Foundation as we look to expand that legacy. For her, for them, for us. All of us, together.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
We are back, and Southern Maine's going to get an inbound under their own basket. It's into Keene. Keene to Asare. With Dupree on him. Good D from him. Kick. Swing. Keene open. Long. Off the backboard. Carruthers had it, but lost it. Now regains it and can't find a teammate on the save. And Joe Longoria is going to go to the line shooting two.
Southern Maine, I noticed, especially the last few possessions, have been really productive underneath the hoop, especially like down here with those offensive boards. It's like their coach said to them, guys, we might be down by a lot, but grab an offensive board. Can you do that for me? And they've been doing that, so good on them because it's been leading to at least some buckets as they're now down to only 30.
Longoria gets his first to go. The second is up and it's good. Carruthers has it stripped. It's Cody Hawes. Right at Johnston, and it's blocked by Dupree.
Man, is there an elevator in here or something? Dupree got up there.
Great pass from Carruthers, and Spencer Aronson will hit the three.
Nice sequence.
Good sequence is right, JJ. Keene working on Johnson, kick to Hawes. Finds Dixon. Dixon goes up short, and Dupree comes down with it. Dupree. Bounce to Carruthers. Space for him. Aronson pump fakes. Now will take, and he hits it. And Spencer Aronson has hit 3 in a row.
It only takes one.
Asari's shot is short. Aronson will collect.
What I was going to say is you know a lot about it, so I'll let you say it.
Spencer Aronson, let it fly, 24. Asare wants one of his own, it's short. And Carruthers, let's see if they try to find the hot hand. They do. Aronson wants it. He takes it. Oh, it's a bit off. The heat check would have got everybody in the stands on their feet. Hawes on Hunter. Goes to his left. A good move and a good finish. Cody Hawes has 8.
And we're going to have a timeout real quick, but we're going to stay here. Got a couple new faces coming in for Keene State. Number 30, Max Bonnie Lyles.
30-second timeout.
Looks like Donahue's going to come back in. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to give a special shout out to a special pair of players for Keene State. It's Jeff Hunter and Octavio Brito, who were recently named the Bevo Francis Top 100 watch list, which is essentially just a watch list of players in Division III and Division II basketball, as well as NAIA. And it's top 100 players between those 3 types of college basketball. And it's a good accolade, yes, but as the list narrows itself down in the months coming, I think that these 2 players could be continuing to go down, or continuing to stay on the list as it goes down to 50, and then 25, and then, of course, the top 10 as we get later in the year. And so, yeah, special shout out to them. We've seen them have very special performances again. I believe Jeff Hunter has a double-double tonight. Octavio Brito, I think he has a team high last time I knew.
17 and 4 from Octavio Brito. But yeah, like you said, Jeff Hunter, he's been having that double-double. He's at 13 and 15 now. And like you said, even though it is the little, quote-unquote, Little East Conference, it's one of those things that it takes a lot to be a leading scorer in any conference, no matter what you're in. This is basketball. This isn't just like, this is college basketball, D3 or no D3. It's one of those things that you look at Jeff Hunter and you look at Octavio Brito, they're both up there in scoring, and it's just really impressive that they can both do that, and they're getting the recognition that I think they finally deserve.
Yes, and you're exactly right. As we see Dupree now with Anisette on him. Dupree To his left, kicks now, it's Donahue. Donahue to Johnston. Has the most recent bucket for Keene State. This pass is going to be deflected out of bounds.
We got 4 players so far in double digits. Sheeshon has 12, Jeff Hunter has 13, Octavio Brito has 17, and Spencer Aronson, who had a little bit of a hot streak there, has 15. And Jean Baptiste has 9.
Donahue for 3.
And even that, CO has 8, Dupree has 8, so it's impressive. Even though they're not double digits, it's good to see that they can both at least get up there with scoring.
Ooh. Unlucky there from Dupree. He's going to get called with a foul. We're going to get the under 8s timeouts. Keene State leads this one by 36.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
As this game winds down here, Keene State has a very comfortable lead. We're going to talk about a game that we've mentioned a couple of times today, and a game that's under 30 seconds remaining now. It's Middlebury versus Williams. Middlebury is up by 5 with 26 seconds remaining. Top scorer, of course, in that game is Hubut's Alex Sobel for Middlebury. We saw him have 30 here on Monday. He's a phenomenal player.
How many points do you have in that game? How many points did he have in that game?
In this Williams game, he has 17 right now for the game high.
Impressive.
As I said, yes, very impressive from Alex Sobel to go along with 13 rebounds. So double-double from him and 2 impressive performances in a row. Johnston. Bonnie Lyles with Lombard on him. Good pass to Donahue, who is fouled.
I want to tell you a little story. I came in here yesterday because I just wanted to play some basketball with my friends. We were over on the left side shooting on that hoop, and on the other side we saw Max Bonnie Lyles with the shooting machine, and he was there the entire time. You didn't have anyone with him. He was putting in that work, and you could hear him get a little bit frustrated with himself sometimes if he was missing shots, if he was putting it in. But he was actually getting the ball in the hoop pretty frequently, and it's just good to see that even the guys that might not get a lot of playing time are in fact working on their game, because we know in fact that they do want to win. So that was something cool that I saw yesterday.
And when you get to continue this at the next level, not only do you have high-level practices and you compete in practices as well, even if you don't get into the game as much, but you also continue your love for the sport. And all that's saying to me is that Max Bonnie Lyles loves this sport enough where he's going to be by himself in the gym shooting as much as he wants. He loves the sport. And at halftime, we had an interview with Nate Stitchell, and he said something like being in this gym is therapy to him. And I bet if you asked a bunch of these players on this team today what this gym means to them, especially when they're here by themselves, they're going to say it's therapy. They're going to talk about the love for their game. And I'm sure not only Max, but a lot of the other players will do that.
It really is. If you want to keep playing, even if you are at the end of the bench, even if you are the captain, you have to really love the game of basketball. And it's not always easy. But when you put yourself out there, you keep practicing, and you can play the minutes that you can do. It almost feels like you're shooting with a refrigerator on your back. But the more that you play, the more that you do it, good things can happen to those who sit and wait and who just practice, focus on themselves. And I'm just glad that we get to see guys like this who don't get to play a lot try to get some reps in, try to get themselves into games. Even if it's a blowout, it's just great to see them in this game right now.
Cody Haas drives to the hoop with a few on him, can't get it to go, but will draw the foul and head to the line.
Foul number 5, Patrick Freeman is first. Team 6.
Southern Maine has shot 8 for 13 from the free throw line. Keene State has shot 15 for 18. Southern Maine's at about a 62% clip from free throw. If they hit that one, make it 9 for 14.
Second one from Haas is good. We're going to say sorry, check in for him after the made free throw. Pat Freeman to Jake Daria. Daria drives, kick to Freeman, but charge is going to be drawn by Anisette against Jake Daria. Lombard working on Pat Freeman. They're going to get him with a foul.
We've talked in other games leading up to this one that Keene State's three-point percentage and their shooting from that range has kind of dipped a little bit, but it has not dipped this game. They're about a 59% clip from three-point range, so that's got to be something that Coach Ryan Kane must love from this team right now. They've been able to hit their shots. They're 10 for 17. That's pretty impressive for this Keene State Owl squad.
Lombard's first is up and it's good. Lombard goes 2 for 2 from the line with the 1-and-1. Freeman, take Bristow. Bristow setting the offense up. Swings to Pat Freeman. Pat Freeman with Chance Dixon on him. Works to his left. Help comes. Freeman gets rid of it. 5 on the shot clock. Bristow for 3. It's going to be off. Garrison fights for it, and we're going to get a shot clock violation.
You see the bench chirping at the guys. When one of their guys falls, they yell at them, pick them up. No matter where you are, these are your brothers. You got to help up your brothers when they fall down like that. Look at Bristow.
Longoria working on Garrison. Garrison, decent defense, but Joe Longoria gets it to fall. Daria, good kick. Bristow for 2, short. And here come the Huskies with Asari. Kick to Lombard. Lombard works on his left with
nice. That's going to draw the charge.
Freeman's going to take the charge. I love it from the bench players.
Offensive foul number 2, Jason Lombard. This is third. Team's third.
Freeman against the Husky pressure now to Garrison. Garrison to Bristow. Bristow fakes a pass. Now will pass to Garrison, who couldn't corral it. It's going to be Southern Maine ball. We're going to go to timeouts. Your Keene State Owls lead 91-65.
Pretty quiet during the summer when most students are home, but that doesn't mean it's completely empty. Students are working and learning here year-round. There's tour guides and student workers like me, and students are interning all over the Monadnock region. Many of our majors require hands-on learning, and our students are working as reporters, videographers, environmental advocates, and scientific researchers to gain experience. Here's a look at what's happening right here in our city this summer.
And we are back, just under 4 minutes remaining in the second half of this game. Keene State's comfortable, 91-65 right now. And they're just about looking like they're going to be 9-0 in LEC play.
That's a great accomplishment for these guys, and I hope they understand that.
And a set with a lot around him. We're going to get a little bit of a late whistle, but Anisette's going to go to the line.
Keene State foul number 23, Gabe Bristow is first. Team's 9.
Anisette cannot get the first one to go.
Keene State trying a new strategy. They're trying to put 6 guys on there to maximize their defense. Unfortunately, it's illegal.
LJ Hicks, JJ's favorite player.
Man, I had a bunch of people send me his Instagram story. He quoted me when I said I love watching LJ Hicks play basketball. Because look at that.
Second shot from Sean Cullen is short, but you're right. He fights, man.
He plays. He's the tallest short player I've ever seen in my life. He plays like he's 10 feet tall, and you got to respect it.
Nice take there from Anisette, but you definitely got to respect it. And not only is he brings the same energy into the game as he has on the bench 24/7. He's always getting the team fired up before the game. I believe it is him that right as the national anthem ends, he just starts yelling, "Let's go!" Yeah. So it gets the whole team fired up.
I love it.
Couple of laughs through the team as he's a dumb one. Will line one up. Cannot get it to fall. Cullen now from the same spot. Can't get it to fall. A bit long. He's a dumb one. Will get an offensive rebound of his own. Bonnie Lyle, skip pass. It's LJ Hicks. Daria is going to look to set something up with 10 on the shot clock. He's a dumb one. Catch and shoot from him, in and out. And Bonnie Lyles with the offensive rebound. Bonnie Lyles will shoot now. It's short, and now the Huskies will have possession. Seems like they all just want to make a shot.
Just put points on the board.
Yeah.
You just want to tell people, like, I did something, anything. I like this crew they have out there right now. Guys that, like you can see, who are very passionate players who might not get to play a lot. Look at LJ, he's laughing. It's just nice to see when guys like this get to go out there and play even for a little bit.
We're going to see a couple of new guys from Southern Maine we have not seen today. It's going to be Cameron Brown, the junior from Windham, Maine, as well as number 32, Alex McAlevey, the sophomore guard from Biddeford, Maine.
Bodied it saying his name.
So LJ's going to get fouled. I believe he's going to shoot a couple. I don't know, he's not. It's going to be the 5th foul against Southern Maine.
team's 4th. Man, we have 10 fouls to their 4. Can't have that. I know we're doing well, but you can't have that.
Hicks will fire. He hits the deck. Shot is short. And we're going to get a flop call against LJ Hicks.
I mean, he can't help it if he just falls after the shot. Everyone falls after the shot. He doesn't like that call either.
Yeah, he thought he got clipped. I couldn't really tell, but
I think he did.
It's going to be Asare to shoot the technical free throw. And as some say, ball don't lie, so.
Shout out Rasheed Wallace. Celtics legend Rasheed Wallace.
We're going to see Dakota Dearborn, another Maine native. He's from Chelsea. Cullen to Bonnie Lyles. Bonnie Lyles, a nice move to get by one. Kicks Donahue for 3, short. Easy Dublin comes flying in, grabs it, and he's going to get 2 points with the goaltend. I'm not sure what Anisette was thinking, because I don't think that was going to go in, but a free 2 for Edwin Easy Dublin.
Hey man, whenever we can get him some points, I'm here for it.
Yes, me too. Kick to Asare. He wants it from 3. It's going to be no good. Sean Cullen coming up on a minute remaining in this game. Donahue. Bonnie Lyles thought about it. Gets his man in the air. Good pass. Could not get it through. Stolen by Dearborn. Sorry. Working on Easy Dublin.
Good defense from Easy Dublin. Yeah, exactly. Travel.
He's going to force the travel.
That's what I'm talking about.
Donahue inbounds to Hicks. LJ Hicks. Donahue has it stolen away. And a set. LJ Hicks on his back. Ball's loose. Cullen deflects.
Man, he set that back up perfectly too.
We're just about wrapped up here.
Might have to ask LJ later what he said to the camera.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it.
I wish I heard it.
And a set. Pass. Good pass to Dearborn under the hoop. Kick. Lefty shooter. It's going to be long. Bonnie Lyles now. It's going to get the jump ball. It's going to be Keene State ball with just under 7 seconds. Bounce it into LJ, who was just going to dribble it out. Your Keene State Owls are going to have their 2nd win in a row and improve to 17-1 overall and 9-0 in the conference by the score of 93-68. Make sure to join me and JJ back for an interview with Coach Keene as well as a player.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Holmes.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. JJ and I are joined by Tameen Dupree, the recent transfer in from Nichols. Tameen, when you first got here, I did some research about you. We talked about you in a segment. You're great defensively. You play hard-nosed basketball. We've seen it on display. Arguably your best game at home this year. Just talk about your mentality and how it's been in this month that you've been with this team for.
Transferring over mid-year was definitely difficult for me, but thank God for the team and the culture that was already built here and the foundation. They made it easy for me to be welcomed in and help me get my confidence up, keep playing how I was playing at my other school.
Perfect. All right.
So, when, like we just said, you were a transfer, did you come here expecting you were going to play a role, or did you come here thinking to yourself, like, I was going to meet a bunch of guys that I could call my brothers, I was going to go to war with them every night? What were your expectations when you came here to Keene?
I made the decision based on off a visit. When I came on a visit, I seen how everybody was so connected, like a family. That's what I wanted, because all the teams I've been on, I never really had everybody being one family, and that makes the team so much better when everybody's connected together. So I expected to play a role, join the family, and help any way I can.
Well, we're glad that you were able to find a home here at Keene State.
Thank you.
No, bro.
Glad I'm here.
Yeah. All right, that was Tameen Dupree, everyone. Tameen, nice to meet you. Good game.
Thank you.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
We're sitting here now with head coach Ryan Keene. Coach, another double-double for Jeff Hunter. You had 4 guys in double digits. How does it make you feel as a coach that you're able to be with a group of guys that can each go off for double digits every single night?
No, it's good. We have tremendous balance, specifically, on the offensive end. A lot of versatility defensively too, but that balance on offense is terrific. We have some guys that can really make some shots, and you saw that with Mason and Spencer tonight. And then obviously you have the dynamic duo of Jeff and O. But of course, we've had multiple guys in multiple games stepping up and making plays and making shots. Jarek was great today. But it's just been so balanced. It's everyone's kind of had their night or had their time. Sometimes it's in scoring, and other times it's in playmaking. But very unselfish. I thought obviously they were pretty active in terms of trying to stop Jeff. They were sending some guys over pretty early. He had a pretty good game against them that first time. And our guys just did a great job cutting around and it really generated some easy baskets, and sometimes those cuts don't lead to the guy cutting being the one scoring. It may collapse the defense and get somebody else open. So even statistically, we're unselfish, and I thought even in terms of the type of plays that we made throughout the day that may not show up in a stat sheet, we were also pretty unselfish there too. But, a lot of talent, a lot of balance. I think that's what makes us generally dangerous. Of course, we have some pretty high-end guys in terms of scoring, but it's really the depth of our roster that I think makes us tough to play against.
Yeah, and we spoke to a couple of alumni. Today's Alumni Day, and something they said that I agree with as well is that good teams have a lot of chemistry and they're tight-knit. We saw Octavio go out. You guys were controlling the game. It was pretty close at that time. Octavio goes out and the energy goes up. So just talk about the chemistry of this team a little bit And what does that mean when you see the whole bench the energy goes up when your best player is off the
field? This is as close of a group as we've ever had. Really connected, really together, on and off the court. It's the most player-driven leadership that we've had since we've been here. Just a tremendous job by these guys of holding the standard. They understand what our goals are. I think they know what a process that aligns with those goals is. And they do a good job of making sure they're the ones that coach it first, even before we do. Pretty often we blow a whistle in a practice, or we get to a timeout here, and these guys are sitting on the bench, and oftentimes they're already saying the things that are supposed to be said or need to be said in that moment. And I think that's kind of the indication of a team that has their head screwed on straight, that's trying to do the right stuff, that's working to have the right type of process that's going to put you in a position to play your best basketball at the end of the season. But it's off the court too. These guys are very close. I mean, you see it with the youth after a game. I mean, it's almost every time we have a team here. These guys are taking pictures and doing all that type of stuff. It's just the nature of who they are as people, as much as it is the type of players they are and the fact that they're close. Nate Stitchell in the house. I know you guys spoke with him today. Just a terrific example of a Keene State basketball player and the type of person that we've had in our program that set the example, I think, for ultimately what these guys are doing on a daily basis when it comes to that leadership. And then obviously referencing back to to Al, he was as good of a leader in terms of just holding guys accountable with the effort that he played with. I don't think that's a guy that you want to see on the other team by any means. So cool that we're able to engage with some guys that I think are the perfect example and very similar to the type of player that we have on our team right now.
Yeah, and obviously the chemistry and how your team is player-led, player-built pretty much. Everybody's on the same page, makes it easy for guys like Tameen and Spencer that you've had come in as transfers. They can talk to not only you, but there's 15, 20 other guys that know the exact same thing, and it's all just pretty much one brain at this point through the entire roster. So thank you, Coach, again. Keep up the winning.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Great to see you. We'll see you in a couple games.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Ball team goes on the road twice this week, Wednesday at Plymouth State and then Saturday at Rhode Island College. But make sure to join us here on Owls Media Network next time they are home on February 1st at 7:30 p.m. against Eastern Connecticut State. That is red and white night. And again, this has been Logan Peranto and JJ LeBlanc. And for all of us here at Owls Media Network, have a good rest of your day.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast, and thank you for watching.